Morning, we are live streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I gave a little bit of a 60-second, I gave a little bit of a 30-second swizzle there, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for that. So guys, listen, we're on the live stream. What we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be looking at the war in the East between, can we call it a war? The conflict in the East between Thailand and Cambodia. We're also going to be talking about home defense in the United Kingdom. And ladies and gentlemen, it ends today. It ends today. The trial of the Manchester 2. Well, in fact, guys, you know what? I believe it ends today. Until that's official, I guess we can't say. But that trial there's a fly in here. So I do apologize if I have to swizzle left and right. Maybe a little bit of ducking and diving, maybe a little bit of taking cover. But guys, listen, I guess we are on. So right, guys, listen, I'm not 100% familiar with this conflict between Thailand and Cambodia. But what I do know is from my time in Thailand, excuse me, from what I know from my time in Thailand, that there is no love lost between Thailand and Cambodia. I used to hear horrible stories about the things that used to happen between on the Thailand-Cambodian border. Lots of bad things used to happen down there, guys. Now, let me just give you guys a little update on what's been happening. I'm just going to read you the bullet points, guys, okay? Fighting between Thai and Cambodian troops over a disputed border has entered a second day, with Bangkok warning that the conflict could move towards war. 16 people so far have been transcended into beams of light. Thousands have been moved to evacuation centres on both sides of the border. The fighting that started Thursday marks a dramatic escalation of a conflict that dates back more than a century. Guys, listen, if you guys have ever been down that region on the Thai-Cambodian border, it's a little bit wild. They've got all these, I don't know, like statues. These statues of really bad stuff happening between, I mean, I've never been onto the Cambodian border, onto the Cambodian side. I've only ever been on the Thai side. So, you know, there's a long history of hostilities between these two countries. A fractured relationship between the two dynasties that rule the South Asian nation underpins the deadly turn of events. So there we have it, guys. It does look like there's another conflict zone opening up. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when are we just going to accept that we are in a world war? You know, people tell me all the time, oh, but Sean, we're not in a world war. We're not, the world's always like this. And I'm like, guys, listen, it's really not. It really is not. I mean, let's just have a little look around the world, shall we? Let's look in the Middle East. The Middle East right now, guys, let's not pretend that the Middle East has gone away. It's not gone away. The Iranians have still, you know, the Iranians are quite clear in their goals, in their objectives. The Iranians want to continue to line here. The Iranians want to continue to build a nuclear weapon. The Americans have said, no, you're not doing that. But I mean, that is something will happen there, guys. You know, you can't have these two forces openly opposing each other and expect not to come to some sort of greater conflict. You've got the conflict peace talks in the Middle East just broke down with the United States pointing the finger at Hamas by Israel and Hamas, I guess. You've also got the conflict in Ukraine, which is going nowhere. And now you've got this other conflict broken out. And then let's not forget that we have got the festering simmering pot between the Indian and Pakistan borders. Guys, listen, at what point do people just accept, yeah, we're in a total world war? I guess just because the BBC have not jumped up and said, yep, everyone, we are in a WW3. Everything is fine, I guess. Right, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of an update for this morning. I'm in a big rush today, this morning, guys. All right. So I'm going to have to literally at 11, I'm going to have to close these down and leave, ladies and gentlemen. OK, so 11 o'clock and that's it. I have to go. So just a quick update from last night, guys, with the protests, you know, the protests that broke out last night in Epping. I've been having a look at this and going back through the videos. When you do live analysis, you miss some things, guys. You do. Because I'm doing it live, I don't have the time to sit back and look at everything and look around. And, you know, the amount of police that were in Epping last night, guys, is it's unfathomable. It's absolutely unfathomable. The amount of police that were in Epping last night, it's absolutely unbelievable, guys. I genuinely, like, I was shocked about the time, money, effort, resources that had been put into Epping, and at the end of the day, it got rained off. So, a little bit on home defence now, guys. A little bit on home defence. There's going to be a situation come this year. I believe. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but I think it's highly likely that there's a situation. Hang on, guys. Give me a second. There's going to be a situation this year whereby there's going to be a spark. There will be a spark, guys, all right? And I think the most likely route for this spark at the moment would be these protests break out more and more and more, which I believe they will do. And at some point, those people in those hotels are going to take it on themselves to protect themselves. Now, can you imagine the dynamics there, guys? Can you imagine the dynamics there? Especially if this involves kids, especially if this involves, something catastrophic. That's going to be the flashpoint. I think that is. And again, listen, guys, okay, I'm giving you what I believe right now is the most likely scenario. And I'm putting myself out there, all my videos now are public record. So I'm putting myself out there for this. And, and that's where I think it's going to happen, guys. And once that happens, you're going to see a massive uptick in capacity to these crowds, because people will be then thinking, well, hang on a minute, guys, hang on a minute. Why are we funding these things? And that's fair to say, guys. That's fair to say. Hang on, give me a second. Oh, hang on. I'm just looking at this now, guys. This is a little bit of breaking news from a couple of minutes ago. Starmer to speak with Macron and Merz as France to recognise Palestinian state. Wow. So that to me would say that the French would then take. Would that not mean that the French would then take Palestinian refugees, and would that not open the doors for the Palestinians to go to France? And then if France does that, we're part of the EU, and they're one in, one out. And then would that mean that we're going to get a load of Palestinians? Listen, guys, at this point, I don't even care anymore. At this point, we might as well just say we're not a country anymore, and just say don't bother with your passports, because it's then passports not needed. Passports not needed in the United Kingdom. Right, let me jump up and get the comments, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're on now. I've only got an hour with you guys. Can you do me a real big favor, guys? We are triple streaming. We're triple streaming today this morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are on TikTok, we are on X, and we are on YouTube. Can you do me a real big favor and click all those buttons that help this channel grow? And can you share my stuff, guys, okay? Because that really does help with the algorithm. It really does help getting the message out there, guys. It really does help. But ladies and gentlemen, it closes today. It does close today. I need to keep coming back to that. I need to keep coming back to that, guys, because the trial is due to end today. So, the trial of the Manchester 2, that's what I'm talking about. I do think I'm pretty sure it ends today. Debbie1973 saying, good morning, everyone. T is saying good morning. No, T just joining. She's like watching in the background. Four Paws are saying morning everyone. Kaz is saying morning everyone. Jody Lee saying morning everyone. Joma Say Paul is saying hello. Sharon Owens, Luxford is saying hi. Lols Luxford is saying hi. Lisu is saying morning Sean. Four Paws are saying judge told jury to take into account the good character of the Manchester 2. I'm just going to pin that there, guys. I'm just going to pin that. Okay, so right, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, let me get some. Guys, listen. This was okay. So what? The reason I'm saying that I think this trial ends today is because. The reason I think this trial ends today is because it was scheduled for 3 weeks, and it was right. So it ended, right. Hang on. I'm just reading this. So the reason I'm saying it ends today is because it was scheduled for 3 weeks, and it started 3 weeks ago today. So that's why I'm saying it was scheduled for 3 weeks. Why I think it ends today. Right, guys, a little bit of an update. Jury urged not to be distracted by kick and stamp of police officer in Manchester airport trial, and 4 pauses saying the jury told to take into account the good character of the Manchester two. I don't know, guys. What do we think? Do we think they are? Do we think they have good characters? Do we think they've got good characters? Listen, guys. Before we get onto this, if I got time, I want to do a standalone video on this. All right. The Manchester two, okay, guys. This has the fabric. This literally has the fabric to rip like the country apart. So let's just look at the country as it is right now, guys. As we are right now, as a country. This is a fly in here. There's a fly in here, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. Right, there was a fly in here, guys, and I do get anyway. So with these Manchester two, tell me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Please put it in the comments if I'm wrong. So the Manchester two, we've all seen the videos, right? The Manchester two are claiming that because 3 officers went to arrest them, because there was 3 officers, that was excessive use of force, okay? So that was excessive use of force. Now, if these guys get off with this because the jury or the judge or whatever, they say, yeah, okay, that was excessive use of force. If they get off with this, first of all, it's going to cause absolute chaos in the country. It is. It's going to cause absolute chaos. You're going to have people then thinking, hang on a minute. You've got people here literally attacking police officers, allegedly. I mean, we've all seen the footage, guys, okay? That's the problem now. You can't hide anything. We've literally all seen that footage. So there's going to be a situation in the United Kingdom where people are looking at this and they're thinking, hang on a minute, those guys then genuinely attacked, I believe anyway. I have to be careful with my language, guys, okay? Allegedly, they're claiming it was self-defense, whatever. We've got a situation now where I'm looking at people throwing hands at police officers, knocking police officers to the ground. The ginger girl with who was crying, and that happened. That really happened, guys. That's not a movie. That really happened. So we've got that. We're going to have a situation where if they get let off, people are going to think, well, hang on a minute. I literally saw all this happen. And we've got people like Lucy Conley in jail. Lucy Conley in jail for a tweet. We've also got, and this is my personal favorite, guys. This is my personal favorite. We've also got in the United Kingdom a man in jail for 20 months for shouting at a dog. No, I'm not making that up, guys. That's not like that's not like I'm not sat here like Ron Burgundy. All right, that is a real headline in the BBC. Go check it out if you go and check it out. So that's the one dynamic. If the Manchester two get let off. Remember, I do believe this is coming to an end today, guys. Hang on, I just need to take a screenshot of something. I've just been sent a message. Give me a second. Sorry, guys, I need to take a screenshot of something because a list's going to get changed, and I need to do some work on that one. I should have done it a while ago. Anyway, so that's going to be the one direction. The other direction, if these guys are found guilty and they are given a relatively long prison sentence, there's going to be the other side of this conflict. We all know this in the country now. There's going to be the other side of this, the people in this country, and they're all going to be angry. They're all going to start protesting. They're going to be saying, "Oh, these guys need to be let off. These guys shouldn't be in jail. We want this. We want that. We want this. We're gonna, no justice, no peace." Those type of guys. So that trial does come to an end today, ladies and gentlemen. As I believe it does come to a trial, it does come to an end. And as I understand, the closing, I think today is just the verdict, guys. I think today is just the verdict. Let me look down, guys, and see if I can see any dates on this article. It's very difficult to find anything because, there's obviously people, the media are not the media are not allowed to talk about what's happening. So I think today, guys, I think today we are going to get a verdict from this. Oh, no, sorry. The trial continues on Friday. Okay, so the trial's continuing. Guys, listen, I'm just giving you guys this as I know it. I know the trial was due for 3 weeks. 3 weeks is ended on Friday, but this article here from ITV News is saying the trial continues on Friday. So I guess your guess is as good as mine, but I do believe I am on the understanding that this trial was for 3 weeks, and 3 weeks is up today. So I would suspect that this is at least coming to an end. Sharon Owen is saying, oh, in fact, Happiness is saying how it's Cambodia and Thailand. Yeah, I'll be coming back on Cambodia and Thailand in a minute, guys. I will be giving another update on Thailand and Cambodia. But look, at what point do we just accept, at what point do we just accept that we are, like, right now we're in a world war, that people are just trying to hide it? Like, at what point do we accept that we're in a world war? What are the, what are those, what's that Overton window? What's that Overton window where people just go, yeah, that's a world war? Like, does somebody need to, like, invade another country? Done. Does there need to be wars in multiple locations all over the world? Done. Do we need to, at what point do we need to be in, like, do we need to accept that we're in a world war? Sharon Owen is saying, I heard Starlink went down, so said that's a cyber attack. That is very interesting. So let me give you a little, that is very interesting. So just for context, oh, yes, right, okay, so this is interesting. Right, Elon Musk, right, guys, this is massive. This is big. Okay, so the first wars will be fought in, the first strike when we move from this, this state of war that we're in now, when we move with the first move, when we start to industrialize the wars, the first strikes will be in space, guys. They will be in space. Elon Musk's Starlink apologizes after leaving thousands without internet connection for hours. So let me just read this and I'll come back to why this is so important, guys, okay? Musk reposted the message, having previously apologized for the outage personally and reassuring users that it would only be temporary. Connection failure, thousands without internet. Where though? Where was it? The network issue has been resolved and Starlink services have been restored. The company's account wrote ET Thursday. We understand how important connectivity is. Apologize. They're not saying why. Saying they'll remedy the root cause so it doesn't happen again. The tech billionaire wrote, thousands of reports flooded on down detector, 130. Right, here we are. The network. Oh, no, that's not it. Right. Okay. So back in like maybe 2016, 2017, there was a big push for connectivity. There was a big push for connectivity and having a backup GPS signal for the military. There was lots of people working on this, like, your big primes, BAE, Raytheon, Lockheed, Boeing. Everybody was working on this, guys. Okay. And the general consensus for the backup GPS signal for the military was to launch lots of smaller satellites in low Earth orbit. Now, if you launch lots of smaller satellites, you have lots of redundancy. So if the bad guys take out one satellite, you've got plenty more satellites to back that up. We do know from open source media, we do know that the Ukrainians have utilized the Starlink system as as like a guidance for their, as like a guidance, I guess, guidance for their, for some of their drones and stuff. So we do know it's been militarized. Now, if this is a hack, guys, and listen, I don't know if it is a hack, that would mean that if you can hack it once, I would say it's hackable, and whoever's doing that hacking would be able to, look at it again. But what we do know is these things they all have military applications. If we look at Elon Musk and his, if we just, guys, look, just as a show of hands, ladies and gentlemen, just as a show of hands, who thinks that Elon Musk's company is not military? Like, is anybody under the illusion that like SpaceX, Starlink, the Boring Company, is anybody under the illusion that they're not for the military? Like, really? Do we really think that Starship is like that big? How big is it? Like, it's huge, isn't it? It's like, oh. Do we really think that's for going to Mars? Or do we think, as I do, that is to deploy troops anywhere on the world within 90 minutes? I would say it's the latter. That's my opinion, guys, my speculation and my analysis. So if you look at that, guys, all right, so that's first, let's go through the kit and equipment. So we've got the Starship or whatever it's called. That machine, that vehicle, rather than going to Mars, and setting up a colony, which I think is a ridiculous idea, rather than going, I'll come back to that. Rather than going to Mars with that, what you could do, you could fill that, hang on, guys. So rather than going to Mars, what you could do, you could literally fill that with soldiers, 101st Airborne or whatever. You could fill that with soldiers, and then you could put those soldiers anywhere in the world, within within 90 minutes. 90 minutes from those guys taking off, those soldiers could be anywhere in the world, a lot of them. So to me, that's the real application. With Elon Musk's Starlink and the communications network, to me, that is just another encryption method for drones, for GPS. Can you guys remember when when all the drones were seen off the coast of New Jersey, and everybody was saying, "Oh, it's aliens, it's aliens, it's aliens." I'm like, right, guys, calm down. Let's everyone calm down a minute, right? It took me about a minute and 30 seconds to tell you guys what that actually was. No, it's not aliens. It's literally US military contractors using their own systems, operating them in and out of the water, and using Starlink as a communication method. And you had all these experts, being pushed on the media, being pushed on X, I've operated drones for 25 years and they're operating on an unknown frequency. And I was like, right, okay, that doesn't even make sense, because all frequencies are known. It's like saying, he's painting a picture with unknown colors. What do you mean he's painting a picture with unknown colors? It doesn't even make sense. Anyway, so that's what that is, guys, all right? So the Starlink, I believe, is a backup military GPS signal, and it's also a backup, it's also a military communication system, an encrypted military communication system. And the beauty about Starlink is, because they've released that as a civilian system, they can make money from it. And because Elon Musk is doing that as a private company, he doesn't need to say where that money's going. He doesn't need to say where his profit's going. He doesn't need to say where he's putting billions or who he's paying. And then we've got the Boring Company. So then we've got Elon Musk's other company, which is called the Boring Company, which digs underground. Like, do you think that could have a military application? Do you think he's underneath Los Angeles or in wherever now, like digging and making bases and bunkers? I would speculate yes. Right, let me get the rest of these comments, guys. Sorry, I just went off then, didn't I? I just went off on Elon Musk. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, guys. Okay, the news of the day: war in the East. Well, potential war in the East, guys. Okay, potential war in the East, guys. Okay, potential war in the East. I don't know if we can call it a war yet. It's certainly a conflict between Thailand and Cambodia. On the home front in the United Kingdom, it ends today, or I believe it ends today. Anyway, guys, I'm pretty sure that the trial involving the Manchester 2 ends today. So maybe we'll get a verdict today. I don't know how these legal things work, guys. Maybe we'll get a verdict today. The trial was scheduled for 3 weeks, and 3 weeks is up. 3 weeks is done. 3 weeks is over. 3 weeks is over today, guys. All right. So that's why I'm saying it ends today. Very difficult to find out any information on the mainstream because it does look like there's a media blackout on it at the moment. D. Marie Gen X is saying good morning. Kaz is saying, so the jury is being gaslit. Am I getting this right? So one of the comments earlier was the jury has been told to take into consideration the Manchester 2's good character references. So, you know, they've got good character references, allegedly. Allegedly, they've got good character references. Obviously, I've not seen them. I don't know who wrote them. I have no idea. But yeah, it does look like, guys, listen, this is going to be so diversive. It's going to be so diversive, this trial, because people are watching it. And what's going to happen is, so behind the scenes right now, guys, there will be, and I've spoke about this all the time, we're being subverted as a country. Don't worry, I'm not going to go into a long rant about subversion. But what we do, we've been destabilized. So part of that destabilization would be, right now, my speculation would be, my analysis, my opinion would be that somewhere in other countries that are near peer adversaries, and we know from mainstream media that they're talking about Iran, North Korea, Russia, you know, these near peer adversaries, I could pretty much guarantee that somewhere in one of those countries, or maybe all of those countries, there are people sat in offices with computer screens, each operator, maybe imagine a room, guys, all right? Imagine a room, yeah? Imagine a room. You've got 100 people in that room. Split them down the middle, 50 on that side, 50 on that side, 50 on the left, 50 on the right, all right? If I'm like the commander, I'll like the project manager, I say, right, you lot on the left, start pumping pro-left propaganda and pound it into the United Kingdom. Pound it on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, X, all the social medias, guys. Just blast them in, guys. Blast that in. And you guys sat on the right, my right, your left. You guys, I want you to pump pro-right propaganda. I want you to pump, you know, and pump that out onto Facebook, pump it out onto YouTube, pump it out onto X, pump it out onto TikTok. Get that propaganda out there. And when something like this happens, something like this, like a diversive trial like this, and they've probably already got it done, guys. They've probably already got this done. They've probably already got it done. They've probably got somebody on those. And remember, you know, when you're looking at these guys, say there's 50, so there's 100 guys, 50 on each side. Let's just say that each person controls 10 different social media accounts. 10 different social media accounts. Each person operates 5 women and 5 men. They're all fake accounts. They're all fake accounts made with fake emails and fake phone numbers. Very easy to do if it's your job. You know, and they're all operating. So each person can operate 500 different likes, shares, comments, subscribes on one person. You see where I'm going with that, guys? You see how easy that's done? So what I would say, they've already got this, guys. They've already got memes. They've already got little videos stitched together. You know, on this side, they've probably got videos of Lucy Connolly's tweet and something that says equals 27 months in jail. And then they've probably put up a video of these guys fighting with the police. Well, a video of these guys allegedly fighting with the police and saying prison time, Zero. And that'll get pushed out. People will share it. And then all the people will like and share it on various platforms. And that message will get out. And guys, and the media that's going to get pumped out is unbelievable. That will be already there. On the other side, they'll have things equally to pump out to people. So expect that when this trial ends, guys. Whatever the trial ends, whenever it ends, this trial, expect a big load of propaganda being pushed out. And that will happen, guys, okay? That will happen. Right, let me get the rest of these comments, guys. Yeah, so Kaz, the jury is being told to take allegedly. Remember, guys, I'm not in there. I'm not in the jury. I don't know what's being said behind the scenes. But the jury of the Manchester 2 are allegedly being told to take into consideration the good character of the two gentlemen that threw hands allegedly with the police. Lulz Whale is saying hi. Debbie Doobs is saying morning. And she's off to the van after he's watched that live. I hope you have a good weekend, Debbie. And Debbie Doobs is saying definitely military involvement. I'm assuming that's in response to Elon Musk. And then Debbie Doobs has put Haga Sagun. Your brut. I don't know what that means. I can only. That sounds like German or something. I don't speak. You know what? I've got like GCSE German, but I didn't do very well in it. Four Paws are saying keep tapping the screen, guys. 50,000 by 11. Yeah, guys, listen. At 11 o'clock, I literally have to close this down because I've got to swizzle at 11 o'clock. Sharon Owen is saying 100% military. Four Paws is saying 50,000. Debbie Doobs, in fact, hang on. Debbie Doobs is saying, wouldn't Lucy Conley get a good character reference? Well, I don't know, guys. I don't know. And Debbie Doobs is saying verdict, then sentencing, I think. So as I understand it, with the British legal system, you get your verdict, and then it may be a couple of weeks for the sentencing. Again, I don't know. It may happen altogether. You know, I don't know, but I do know that trial was due for 3 weeks, and 3 weeks is up today. Doesn't it all seem coincidental that it all? Remember, I can remember saying this, guys, like months and months and months, like last year. Last year, I can remember saying to you guys, wow, this trial is due to end right at the beginning of the 6 weeks holidays. And I said, if you ever wanted to cause the maximum destabilization in a country, that's when you do it, guys. That's when you do it. And let's not forget that Ricky Jones's trial starts pretty soon as well. Liz Sue is saying people with good characters don't break people's noses. Right, yeah. So we need to understand here, guys, don't we? We need. Oh, hang on. So we need to understand the difference between having a good character and having a good character reference. You see the difference there, guys, right? You can, like, I'm sure some really bad people have got some really good character references, but that doesn't make them a good person. And Debbie Doobs is saying, didn't stop them locking her up. Yeah, guys, listen, all these comments are true, but you've got to understand that if we, and I believe we are being subverted massively as a country, I think it would make perfect sense for these two guys not to ever see the inside of a jail cell. Labour's Googly, hello Googly just popped up and he said Labour's scorched earth farming policy is having an inevitable effect. Yeah, guys, listen, it's like if you're a farmer right now, in fact, the thing I had to screenshot then, that's from my friend. He's actually, they're really struggling, farmers, at the moment, guys. Like, farmers are really struggling at the moment because there's like, you can imagine if you're a farmer, right? Yeah, I'm just, let me pin this actually. So if you're a farmer right now, all these government taxes, they make it really difficult to operate. And I get it. People are looking and thinking, oh, but farmers have got loads of money. If you grow, like, I don't know, corn or something in your field or whatever, if you don't reach a certain like amount of like corn or whatever back, you're not going to make any money for that. So you're actually going to be in a loss. And this is why I'm talking, you know, and it's farming in the United Kingdom. It's been made so difficult at the moment, you know. There's like incentives to plant flowers in your fields. And there's one not too far away from us, actually. I was driving past it the other day. I looked in, I thought, well, that looks colourful, but there's no food in it. Yeah, it's just insane, guys, because ultimately we all need to eat something, right? Right, I'm just getting the comments, guys. Just getting the comments. We've done, yeah. Debbie Dooms is saying halfway to 50,000. Keep tapping, guys. Googlies. Oh, we've done that one. Sorry. Oh, right. Okay. Right. It was a typo, Debbie Dooms. I think it depends if they are classed as dangerous or likely to abscond. Well, I would say with these Manchester 2, I would say they're likely to abscond because we already know they have ties back to Pakistan. So I don't know, guys. I genuinely don't know. I don't claim to be a legal expert. If it's military, tanks, bombs, guns, tactics, I'm all over that. If it's Eastern Europe, the Middle East, I'm all over that. If it comes to the British legal system, unfortunately, guys, I'm not your subject matter expert. But I will give you my opinion on that. And, you know, it may be wrong. I don't know. But I do know that trial is due to end today. And I do think that there's a chance that these guys could abscond. Googly saying, yeah, so there's this new, well, you know what, Googly, I don't know, but there's this new party that Jeremy Corbyn set up. It's, you know, I can only imagine what it's going to be like. But apparently they're claiming 200,000 people have become members of that party. Now, look, I can't think, me personally, I can't think of anything worse than Jeremy Corbyn as the Prime Minister. I really can't, guys. You think we've got open borders now? I mean, they would literally we would probably have to put on free flights from anywhere in the United Kingdom, anywhere in the world. With you're struggling in a country that's far away. Don't worry, we'll put on a 747 and we'll come and collect you. Passport's not needed. Gene Prothero is saying, morning everyone, what have I missed? Right, Gene Prothero, we have been talking about today. We've been, I will come on to it. You know, I will come straight back onto it after this, guys, all right? Because I said we was going to talk about it, but I think I've been off topic. We have got a conflict brewing between Thailand and Cambodia. Well, let's not, you know, we have got conflicts brewing all over the world, conflicts in active bombs dropping down and raining down on people. I don't know why the situation in Ukraine isn't getting any mainstream media coverage, guys. I really don't, because that thing, like the situation in Ukraine, it's not lost any capacity. The peace talks between Hamas and Hamas and Israel, they've broken down. The Americans have pointed the fingers at Hamas. Guys, listen, it's all, in my opinion, it's all revolving around these hostages. We have got the United Kingdom in absolute freefall. Last night there was a protest outside the Bell Hotel in Epping. The amount of police, ladies and gentlemen, that were involved was phenomenal. Policing, fencing, all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, they had that on lock. The council in Epping voted. There was a little bit of a sleight of hand here, guys. Okay, because the council voted to ask the government to close the Hell Hotel down. Now, what I think could happen is if there's no more protests outside the Bell Hotel, there's no incentive for the government to close it down. I didn't realize that local councils actually have no say on this, guys. I did not realize that at all. I thought local councils had to be told. I thought local councils were involved. But like I always say, guys, it's the information between the information that gives you the information, if that makes any sense. Right, let me go straight back onto to Cambodia, guys, okay? So there is a conflict brewing between Cambodia. There is a conflict brewing, guys, between Thailand and Cambodia. There have been a number of kinetic exchanges. Thailand and Cambodia could move towards war as evacuations continue. 16 people have been transcended into beams of light in the border clashes between Thailand and Cambodia, while tens of thousands have been moved to evacuation centres on both sides. The conflict has entered its second day on Friday after tensions erupted in a deadly battle at its border Thursday morning. The latest flashpoint in a long-running dispute that dates back more than a century. Guys, listen, if you understand the history between Thailand and Cambodia, again, listen, guys, I don't pretend to be an expert in that part of the world. What I do know is from my limited time in Thailand, right down there on the border, I remember going to this place and there's all these wild statues. Go and Google like statues, statues, Thailand. Well, they're kind of not statues. They're like painted. They're wild, guys. You know, really bad stuff happening between Cambodians and Thai people. So there's no love lost between Cambodia and Thailand. Is this going to escalate into a fully blown out war? I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's going to be interesting what the United States say. It's going to be interesting if they send a peace envoy over. Remember, there's still the brewing tensions between Pakistan and India, guys, all right? Those tensions are still there. You know, so I don't know. At some point, everything's going to go, guys, all right? At some point, everything's going to go. Now, this all comes back to in my opinion anyway, this all comes back to 2020. Massive financial decisions were made in 2020 to do certain things, and I think we're seeing the ramifications of that right now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, right, quite a lot of comments. Right, guys, I'm going to get the comments on TikTok. Hang on, guys. I'm just going to get some comments. I've just seen one comment on YouTube by Slim. Slim is saying drones now use fiber optic cables to protect them from jamming. Yeah, so with these fiber optic cables that drones are using, yes, they are using fiber optic cables. They're not that accurate, guys. They have big problems with them. Yes, they stop them from being jammed, but you can imagine having to conduct a mission dragging a big cable behind you. So those fiber optic cables, they can get snagged. They can. There's a whole host of problems that can happen. You're limited with range. If you want to strike hard, fast, and deep into an enemy's territory, you really do need satellite. You need something above you guiding you, as in with communications. These fiber optic cables that are put on drones, they're only good realistically for like 2 kilometers, and I'm pretty sure they use the old the spool from the Milan missiles. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to throw that one in there about drones. Hang on, guys. The chat's going crackers on TikTok, guys. Right. Right, we've done that. Right. Rachel Reeves considers overruling Supreme Court in 44 billion car finance scandal. New live TikTok rules come out today. No begging for gifts or sharing other people's content. I don't do that anyway, do I? Do I do that anyway? Guys, I don't ask for gifts. I don't ask for gifts. How do you do that then? How do you do that? So okay, right. So guys, listen, Sharon Owen, if I was to do a giveaway, right? If I was to do a giveaway for if I went and got an urban survival kit or something, and I was to give that away, how would I do that? How would I do that? And look, guys, I don't ever ask for gifts anyway. You guys, if you guys want to help this channel out, go and buy something for yourself from our showcase. So the new TikTok rules are out today, apparently, guys. No begging for gifts and sharing other people's content. Okay, how does that work with newsreels then? If you're sharing it, if I'm sharing a news article, is that something we can do? Can we share news articles? I don't know. Googly is saying, if Corbyn gets in, I'm leaving the country. But where are you going to go, Googly? Where are you going to go? Honestly, until they start selling land in Antarctica, I just think I'm going to have to stay put, guys. Sharon Owen, does that include asking people to tap the screen? I don't know, guys. There's new TikTok rules out today, guys. New TikTok rules out. Debbie Doobs is saying maybe they will get on a dinghy out of the UK. Yeah, do you know what? I was actually thinking about that. You know, Debbie Doobs here is talking about the Manchester 2. The Manchester 2, so allegedly, no, it's not even allegedly. The Manchester 2 trial, guys, okay, I think it's scheduled to finish today. Now, the reason I'm saying that is quite simple maths, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The trial was due for 3 weeks. It started 3 weeks ago on Friday. It's now Friday. I'm assuming that the trial's going to end. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Googly is saying instant evacuation, forget hibernate or relocate. Look, I mean, we all say, don't we? We all say that, like, oh, Jeremy Corbyn couldn't be prime minister. Ladies and gentlemen, like, I'm not taking anything off the cards. I'm not taking anything off the cards. Absolutely nothing is coming off the cards. What we do know, and okay, so let's take a step back. Let me just pin this. What we do know, in fact, what we do know is I don't ask you guys to do this enough. Can you guys, listen, we're on now. We're triple streaming. Can you make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, follow if you guys are watching on TikTok and you've not done so already. Can you please follow this channel? Can you show your support on our other channels, on our YouTube, on our TikTok, on our X? And do all those things that help this channel grow, guys, because I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And also, ladies and gentlemen, can you share my stuff? The biggest thing that you can do is literally share my stuff, guys, okay? Share my stuff on your socials, on other, wherever you get, however you guys share this, please share my stuff, guys, because that really helps. Right, let me just, oh, hang on, quite a few people have been sending gifts. Am I allowed to say thank you for gifter to people who've sent gifts? Debbie, Dave, Jodie Lee, Kaz, Sharon, Owen, Liz Sue, Nicola Bennett, Snowdrops, Dee Marie, Gen X, Snowdrops sent a Tom the Tomato. Thank you so much, Tom, for your, thank you so much, Snowdrops, for your Tom the Tomato. Also a pet alien and a scarab beetle. I guess I like all those. I think the aliens are the best. Betty Penny, Brid, am I saying that right? Brid McNally, and Jomase Porter sent a flaming heart as well. So thank you, all you guys. Yes, I'm not, no, I don't think I'm begging there. I think I'm thanking. Right, let me just move that up like that. And then, right, okay, we are good. We are back on, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on. Major British institution used every 10 seconds could shut over 100 branches. Listen, I heard a statistic today, this morning, or maybe, I think it was this morning, that charity use, I think I want to say charity use is up 80%. Excuse me, guys. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I think, let me get this, let me see if I can get this, guys, because I think charity use was up like 80% in the UK. Right, so, right, I'll just give you this, guys, okay? In the UK, charitable donations are experiencing a significant decline, do you reckon? With millions fewer people donating compared to pre-pandemic level. This drop is largely attributed to the rising cost of living and a decrease in interest among younger demographics. Consequently, charities are finding themselves increasingly reliant on a smaller pool of donors while also facing increased operating costs. This is a bad thing, guys, all right? This is a bad thing. A lot of people in the United Kingdom rely on things such as, you know, a lot of people rely on such things in the United Kingdom, such as food banks, you know, help with X, Y, and Z. Now, if we have a situation in the United Kingdom where more people are relying on those charities for basic needs, So more people are relying on them, but less people are donating. That doesn't seem good, does it, guys? That just seems like absolutely negative. Right, let me jump up and get the rest of these comments, guys. Betty Penny is saying good morning. Thank you all for sharing the live, guys. Thank you for sharing my stuff, guys. I do appreciate it. Oh, Carol Easton on YouTube is saying the Manchester 2 returned to court today at 10 a.m. To hear the closing speeches. I wonder what language they're going to do the closing speeches in. I wonder what language they're going to speak. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? See, because obviously if they do their home language, I don't know, guys. I'm not going to say anything more on that. I'm just curious as what language they're going to use their closing speeches. Google it is saying, Google is saying a certain type of prevention charity that I can't say, but it's when people decide to transcend themselves into a beam of light, said that charity will have to close at least half of its branches. That's terrible, isn't it, guys? Look, guys, as a veteran, as somebody who served time in the military, this is like a massive thing among veterans, guys. It's a massive thing. The rate is unbelievable. The rate among men is unbelievable. Doesn't seem like anybody cares. Doesn't seem like anybody cares, guys. There's a lot of pressure put on men. There's a lot of pressure put on men to be something that they shouldn't be. And look, guys, listen. If you're watching this, right, and I want to give you some advice, like right now, the best advice I can give you: do 10 press-ups in the morning. Literally, guys, it sounds so ridiculous. It sounds so ridiculous, all right? Not 11, not 9, 10. Don't even think about it. As soon as you get out of bed in the morning, just bang 10 press-ups out. Just straight away. What that will do, it will get blood flowing around your body. It will wake you up, and you're just ready for the day, guys, all right? You're just ready for the day. Do 10 press-ups, guys, all right? No more, no less. Do 10. Oh, but sure, I want to do a build up to 50. No, that's not the point of it, guys, all right? As soon as you get out of bed, it has to be done as soon as you get out of bed. Literally, up, down, 10 press-ups. Then just walk downstairs. It's easy. It's quick. It's not going to take you, it's not going to change your day. You're not going to be sweaty from it, or it's not going to be like a massive workout where your arms are hurting. Do 10 press-ups, guys, all right? As soon as you get out of bed in the morning, do 10 press-ups. It will change your life. Trust me. Sean, you're unbegging. I don't know what we mean, guys. I don't know what we mean. I don't know what this means. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the TikTok rules have changed today, all right? The TikTok rules have changed. Apparently, you're not allowed to beg for gifts. I don't think I do anyway. And apparently, you're not allowed to use other people's content. I don't know how this is going to change the algorithm, guys. I don't know what it's going to do to the channel, but you know what? I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to continue. Remember, though, ladies and gentlemen, we are triple streaming. We're on 3 platforms. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube, and we are on X as well. Sharon Owen is saying 50,000. Yeah, we hit 50,000. Thank you, guys. Debbie Doobs is saying, Sean, you asked to share, you beg. Is sharing begging? I don't think it is. I don't think that's begging, guys. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Oh, yeah, I was sneezing, wasn't I? Isn't the name for sneezing the noise you make? I don't know. Debbie Doobs is saying they are British English should be their first language. Right, okay, so yeah, so it's the closing speeches today. It's the closing speeches today in the Manchester 2 trial. One of the comments I just thought I'd ask was, I wonder what language they're going to use as the closing speech, because, the mayor of Rotherham gave her opening speech in, I think she's of Pakistani descent, and she gave her opening speech in Pakistani, or is it, I don't know, whatever language they speak. Danny Boy saying, morning, Sean. How are you doing? I'm absolutely fine at the moment. Got a little bit of a rush for time, but I'm relatively good. I had a massive clear out, guys. Had an absolute massive clear out. Sharon Owen is saying Trump is in Scotland. Or, no, do you know what? Sharon Owen isn't saying that, actually. She's just saying Trump in Scotland. So, who's trumped in Scotland, guys? Who's let one rip in Scotland? NHS doctors are demanding £600 a month pay hike. Start miserable 5-day strike. Yeah, look, guys, let's give it them. Let's just give doctors. Do you know what? Let's give them £6,000. Let's give them. Why don't we just all? At this point, guys, does it matter? Does it matter anymore how much money we give people? Does it really matter? You know, we are moving into this new modern monetary theory. We are, guys. That's where we're going. We are going into modern monetary theory. So yeah, this doctors strike. They're asking for more money. I'm like, didn't they literally just get a massive pay rise at the beginning of the year, and now they want more? Turns out, ladies and gentlemen, if you keep giving people more money, they will keep asking for more money. Who would have thought that, guys? Who would have thought that? Sharon Owen is saying, I've got to have a wee before the press-ups. No, Sharon, you're missing the point. You are missing the point, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, right, if you want to change your life, and it will change it for the better, do 10 press-ups as soon as you get up. As soon as you get out of bed in the morning, as soon as your eyes wake up, or alarm clock, beep, 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 bang, straight down, crack 10 out, crack 10 press-ups out, ladies and gentlemen. It will change your life. I can guarantee it. Not 9, not 11, 10, all right? Oh, but Sean, I can do more than 10. Yeah, you're missing the point. The point is get that physical activity as soon as you wake up. Don't even think, do not think about it. Don't think, I'm going to do 10 press-ups. I'm going to get out. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to look at my phone. I'm going to scroll. No, don't do that. Alarm goes off, do 10. Do you know what? Do 10 before you turn your alarm off. It is key, guys, all right? It is key. It will change your life. Danny Boy is saying, I do 20 each day anyway, 10 in the morning and 10 before I go to bed. Guys, listen, it's as soon as you get up, all right? It doesn't matter how many you do. You can do, I know some people can do more than 10 press-ups. I know some people could do like 100 in a minute. It's that discipline. It's that discipline to start, it's that discipline to start doing press-ups as soon as you wake up, guys, all right? It will change your life for the better. Tax hikes and red tape choke private sector. Yeah, here we are, guys. Let me pin this. So it turns out the private sector is being absolutely decimated in the United Kingdom, guys. It is. The private sector in the UK, they're on their knees right now, guys, the private sector. And this is just a move into socialism. Four Paws is saying, do they swear on the Bible, the Manchester 2? I don't think that's a thing in the United Kingdom. I think that's just in the United States, like where you have to put your hand on the Bible and swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I think that's in the United States. West Streeting vows to keep disruption to a minimum as England doctors strike begins. And the Samaritans are closing down 100 branches. So you guys know what the Samaritans do, right, guys? If you're struggling with your mental health or if you're struggling and you want to do something really bad, the Samaritans are now closing down 100 branches. So that is going to have an uptick in the thing that they prevent, which doesn't seem good to me. And Danny Boy is saying, I've done that since I joined the army because you never know what PT they're going to do sometimes. Right, guys, let me give you guys an update, a quick run around on what's been happening. So hang on, let me refresh this screen. Right, doesn't look like there's been any more updates. Give me a second. Right, we've got We have got an update from 23 minutes ago, but I think, let me just go and have a look at this. Cambodia Live News, border clashes could lead to war, Thai Prime Minister. Thailand and Cambodia continue to exchange fire as the worst cross-border fighting in years. This is a different article, guys. This is from Al Jazeera. That at least 15 people have transcended to beams of light, mostly civilians, enter the second day. Spokesperson for Thailand's foreign minister says the country is seeking a bilateral solution to the escalated armed confrontation with Cambodia. China's Wang... I'm just reading this, guys. Listen, guys, this is from 8 minutes ago. I'm just reading this, okay? China's Wang... Literally, that's what it says, guys, okay? China's Wang says root cause of disputed consequences of Western colonialism. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi... Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm not laughing. I promise you. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi says I think that's a typo. I think that should be Beijing. Beijing stands ready to play a constructive role in helping de-escalate the solution between Thailand and Cambodia. So what I would speculate there is that Cambodia the Chinese would side with Cambodia, and the United States would side with Thailand, and then you could see this new aspect of conflict in that Indo-Pacific region. Remember, guys, okay, that's still going to come online at some point. Anyway, guys, listen, I've been on for over an hour. It's almost 11 o'clock. I've got to go at 11 o'clock, guys, okay? This conflict, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere soon. Remember, it's the Manchester 2. The Manchester 2 in trial today. I don't know whether we're going to get a verdict. I don't know whether we're going to get, we certainly won't get sentencing today, but it's going to be a key one to watch, guys, because I do think that trial is going to be over today. So there's going to be more media. There's going to be an influx of media, an influx of propaganda on both sides, left, right. Also, hang on, US citizens, from 10 seconds ago, guys, okay, the United States advises citizens against travel within 50 kilometers of the Thai-Cambodian border. Why would you go there anyway? If they're firing missiles at each other. The Epping protest last night, guys, there's another protest planned for this weekend, Sunday. Now, the Epping Council voted to ask the government to close that hotel down. Doesn't matter if how much the council vote, because if the government won't close that down, then it's not getting closed down. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, listen, guys, I am in a rush. I have to go because it's 1 minute past 11. I'll be doing as many I'll be doing as many videos as I can today to try and get things that I missed. I'll be doing some more subscribers videos, and I will see you guys later. And we are off, and we are streaming on YouTube now. We're just streaming on YouTube and X. John Thistlethwaite, I think. Certain will change the message. Life's templates every morning. She'll love that. Sorry. Yeah, get your press ups done, guys. Every morning, get your press ups done. All right, it will change your life. All right. It might change my life, but definitely need to change my PJs if I don't pee first. No, Dizzy Doodle. Get straight out of bed and do the press-ups. This is the whole thing about it. It's getting yourself that sense of urgency. It's getting yourself that, that self-reliance. You know what? I'm here. I'm taking things in control, and I'm doing things myself. I'm getting those press-ups done. I control when I go for a wee. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been fantastic. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share my stuff, guys. Please share my stuff on whatever platforms you want. Please share my stuff. I really do appreciate when you guys do that. And if you're watching and you've not done so already, please hit those buttons down below. Like there, like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, all those ones that help the channel grow. And I'll see you later.